out here in the middle. Yes, nice blue right there. He ain't no monster, but hey, he's what we're after. Hey, good morning, folks. Bradley Cross here, BJC Outdoors. Hey, we're down on Tennessee River today, man, up in the back of this creek. I have fished here before one time. A few months ago, I come in here and I done a trip, done a video in here, and caught some pretty good blues, you know, for creek fishing. But the bigger ones hadn't moved up in here yet. But you know, we're not back here for big ones. We're just back here to have a fun day of fishing and see if we can get on something. I noticed today we had a lot of rain last week, and the creek is up about 2 foot higher than it was when I was in here before, and we got a little current flow, so that's always good. We're gonna get these out, man. Like I said, I got limited bait. I got one 12-inch suckerfish, I got one skipjack, and I got one shad. So we don't have much bait, but we got plenty to do what we're gonna do. Like I said, it's so cold this morning. It was 28 degrees, and to be honest with you, I really didn't feel like throwing that cast net out and get my hands wet and cold. So I went yesterday and caught what bait I could from a little spot where I can get a few every now and then, and it was very limited. But we got some bad weather coming next week. Got not supposed to get out above freezing for about 4 or 5 days, so it's gonna really change some things and make it, you know, where you can't even get out here and fish when it's that cold. Main thing is the ramps start freezing up and ice, and they get ice around them, and you just can't get out on the water. So I figured we'd come out today and do what we can, and maybe we can make something happen. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see what we can do. Doing things a little different today, folks. I got my old ugly stick catfish combo. I love fishing with these things, man. It kind of gives you a little disadvantage, you know, if you get into a big fish. But just about every time I've brought these things out trying to catch a smaller fish, I end up catching big fish, or catching a big fish. So we're gonna try it. We're baiting pretty small, not using anything too big, which, you know, I've caught some good fish on a bait that small right there. So, you know, like I said, we're gonna probably put 2 decent sized baits on 2 of them and smaller baits on the others, and just see, because I know there's some good catfish in this creek. I've discovered that the last time I was here, so I'm excited to get back down here, man. Like I said, it's one of them places I can go to when the river's jacked up and can't get out there and fish where I want to fish. And get that one out and show y'all what my rigs are on these things, because it's a little different than on my bigger gear. These are just catfish combos from Walmart, man. Ugly stick. Got the Shakespeare reel on it, just combo. I think you get them about 50 bucks. I bought 4 of them last year, and they're very stout, man. I mean, they got some good backbone. You know, they got a soft tip on them. You know, they're not real good if you're fishing in strong current, trying to catch big fish in strong current. They just don't have the, you know, the stiffness and the backbone, in my opinion, to pull them up the current. I've got a video out where I tried that one time. I was actually fishing for small fish, ended up getting into a big fish, and I had to go after him. So that's the kind of things you run into, you know, with a lighter gear. But like I said, I love catching fish. You know, I've caught 40s, I've caught 50s. I may have even caught 60 on these rigs. But like I said, they will hold them, but they're better for slack water, you know, fishing big open water, flat, stuff like that, or creeks, stuff like that. You know, it's not got a lot of current. They'll handle anything you want to catch in those conditions. Like I said, you get out in a strong current in the main river or up by the dams, you know, they're a little soft for that. But these are kind of what I use for my bank fishing. Or you know, and when I get a chance, you know, in any creeks I go to, unless I'm targeting real big fish, I like to take these out, man, and have a little more fun. You know, gives the fish a little better fight, you know, even the smaller fish. And like I said, if you do get a big one on, you can still handle it with these. So what we're fishing here, man, this is a creek bend. The creek comes down through here, and this is the sharpest bend in the creek before it gets out to the main river. We're about a mile from the main river, and this creek's pretty deep. It's about 20 foot. So I'm excited to get back in here, man. Like I said, I hadn't been in here but once, but you know, I caught some 20 pounders maybe one a little more than 20, but I figured the bigger fish hadn't moved in here yet, because that was when the water temperature was still kind of warm. It's 50 degrees right now, so I think the water temperature was in the low 60s then. So the colder it gets, the more fish move up in these creeks, because the creek stays warmer than the main river in most areas, and all the bait congregate up in here. So should be a good day, man. Like I said, I had a good trip here the last time, and kind of excited about this one. But I'm gonna quit rambling, man. I'm excited. My adrenaline's pumping. I'm trying to get warm, get these out, and see if we can catch something. All right, folks, we got them out. May have to do a little searching today. Like I said, it's different condition. The water's muddy. It was crystal clear when I was in here before, and the water's muddy this time, so the fish may be up shallow. They may not be in the channel. But I wanted to start here, since this was the most productive spot I found in here the last time. I wanted to start in here and kind of see. And like I said, if they're not here, we'll work our way up shallower. It's pretty cold, man. Like I said, 28 degrees, and that wind's whooping. It's blowing down the river. It wasn't too bad getting here, but it'd be a little rougher getting back. But that wind is blowing in this creek too. I hadn't been in here one time, so I really didn't know what conditions I needed as far as wind and everything to be able to come in here and stay out of the wind. But we're in here now, and it's the only place we got to fish today, so we're gonna make something happen. Kind of excited about using that sucker. I've never used a sucker, but I do know where to go get some suckers certain times of the year. Not necessarily right now, but I did manage to catch one the other day in my net. Catching a lot of bluegill in my net, but we can't keep those in Alabama. You got to catch them on rod and reel to use them for bait. So we got that front coming in Sunday. Supposed to be some sleet, some freezing rain, stuff like that. Then it's not supposed to get out of above freezing for about 4 or 5 days, and we get them kind of conditions, it pretty much shuts my area down. Getting a bite on that one. I usually use that time to do some maintenance on my boat, fix some things I broke, or and just get things ready, for the rest of the year, and I'll use that time too to gather me up some bait, because it's fixing to break loose. You want to take it, son? It ain't no big bait, so I know you can eat it. So it just gives me some time to capitalize on things I need to get done, some neglects I've done on my boat and everything, get that fixed. And like I said, it gives me pretty much a whole week to round me up some bait. So when it does get back to normal, I'll have bait and ready to go. So, there we go, folks. I didn't even know that fish was on there. Still trying to get a few things ready. That's a good fish right there, I believe. He feels heavy anyway. He's acting like a channel cat. If it is, that's a good one. No, that's a blue. That's a good fish too. He's just cold, man. Come on up there, buddy. Don't get in that grass over there. I don't think I'll be able to pull you out of there. Oh, yeah, that's a nice blue, man. Sure is. Come on in here, big boy. Yeah, that's a nice blue right there. Sure is. Well, buddy, you can't go down. Ain't no water down there where you're trying to go. You got mud all in your mouth. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Got you, boy. Got you, boy. That's good blue right there, folks. Dang good blue. To start with in here for sure. I mean, that's an average quality fish for, let me get up here where y'all see. That's an average quality fish for a creek, man. You know, he's, well, all right. Let's get him back, man. I appreciate you, buddy. You see how white they are. I guess it's just dirty water. Thank you, bud. Folks, that is awesome right there. And that come off a sucker, piece of sucker. Never used sucker before. If I have, it's been years because I can't remember it. But I never used it for blues, which we're not necessarily just after blues, but we know they'll eat it. That was a fun one right there. That was a good fish to start with. I'm thankful to know that there's still some good ones right here. I figured it would be, but you know, they can move out, man. You know, we had some warm weather there for a few weeks. They can move out, and then, you know, or more can move in. You just never know. Or they could just keep going. You know, I hadn't explored this creek to the fullest to see how far they actually go up in here. But, you know, like I said, I wanted to start here because I've caught them right here before, and just to see what was in here. All right, folks, we're gonna move up to another spot up here and see what we can do. I got several bites here, but that one was the only fish that committed, and I think we're gonna get up here in a little bit different area, a little more shallow water, and I think that's where they're gonna be hanging out at. So we're gonna pull up here and see. We may come back here, but I'm gonna go up to another spot that I found last time I was in here and see if it's a little more of a flat area right on the side of the channel, and I think that may be where they're at. We're gonna run up here and see, and I'll sit back up. All right, folks, we got them out. We're not far from our, hit the bite already. We're not far from our other spot that we started, just right down here. But I wanted to get above that, and getting a bite here too. That way our scents would still be going down through there in the area we wanted to fish. Yeah, I think this one. I think he's swimming with it. Yep. There we go. And this one, I believe this one is going to be a channel cat. The way he's fighting. I noticed some channels in here because you know, creeks are full of them, but usually they're pretty good ones. That's a bad channel right there. Come on in here, boy. Oh, cold channel cat. Nice channel right there, folks. Clean, cold fish. That's the kind of fish you can expect to catch in these creeks, because I'm sure it's full of them. Along with some bigger fish, you know, being in here certain times of the year. So, well, buddy, I appreciate you. Oh, got one on right there, folks. Well, he had it. Yeah, he still got it. No, I guess he come off. Jumped the gun on him. He was sure tugging on it, and I seen him swimming with it. So they like that old sucker, man. A sucker for the sucker. Pretty tough bait too. Stays on the hook real good. It's got some tough skin. That's the second second bite I've got on that piece. I caught that first fish on it. Trying to keep my lines as tight as possible. That wind wants to blow a bow in them and pull them sideways. Got one playing with this one here. That wind is whooping down this creek today. One's hitting that in there. He's got slack in it. He may have it. He knocked a lot of slack in it. Yeah, I think he get it. No, he ain't got it either. Yeah, he does. He's just a small. Well, I don't know if he's small or not. He was just running with it. Another little channel cat. Come on in here, boy. Nice channel. I really enjoy catching these channel catfish, you know, when I'm using smaller gear for them, you know. My bigger gear, you know, it's like they ain't even on there, but I enjoy catching all of them, you know. Like I said, I just, if I'm targeting small fish, you know, I want to go with the rigs that's you know, set up a little different for the small fish, because you know you want to give them a chance. You know, that's the fun of the whole deal, is the fight. And you know, a fish like that on my bigger gear, you just really man. You know, it ain't nothing to it. Well, we'll give them another 15 minutes. Like I said, we're just out here having fun today, folks. I'm not targeting any big fish, but like I said, we're in an area where it is possible. But you know, we're just out here trying to have some fun today, and so far we are. Man, that right there's got a lot of slack in it that it didn't have a while ago. Yep, there he is. One thing for sure, you get above that creek bend right there and everything turns to channels. Yeah, you hook good. You are hooked good, bud. Another good channel cat. I'd love to go fish for these things in an area where they get big. You know, I really enjoy catching them, and they fight, man. They're hard fighting fish, and they fight different, you know, than a blue cat does. But that's a nice one, man. You know, they get bigger here. You know, we've got big channels, but I don't know anybody that actually targets the big ones. And the areas that I fish, you know, about a 10-pound one is big as I've caught. So I've never targeted them, but I'd love to go somewhere where they are some big ones and fish for them. Cause like I said, they're fun, hard fighting fish. Oops, I had a fish on there on this one the whole time and I didn't know it. What are you doing there, boy? You just beat it and got hooked up and laid back down, didn't you? He thought he done got his meal for the day, so he's gonna lay down and take him a nap. I know it kept lying, kept moving. It would slack up and then it would get tight again. Alright folks, I'm gonna try something. It may not work, but you can see all the trash in the water. It keeps getting in my lines, man, pulling my lines down, and it's just gonna get me hung. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna roll these up, and I'm gonna try to go just right out here, and I'm gonna drop an anchor down and see if it'll hold me still enough and straight enough to fish that out there. Because like I said, I know there's fish in there, but you know, it's getting late in the morning, and I know the bite was going to shut down eventually, but I still believe it's some catchable fish. I just got to put myself in a position to catch them. So we're going to try that. Like I said, I'm not going to anchor from the front and the back. I'm just going to try to anchor out the front, and hopefully that strong wind will hold me still enough to catch a few fish. So we're going to try it anyway. Alright folks, we got the anchor out. Let the boat get spun around here. Now, we gotta hope that the boat don't come through. Because if it does, I'll have to roll everything up where they can get by. But this may work, man. It's gonna be a little loud with the boat flat, but it's about my only option, the way this wind's blowing. So let's get them out and see. Like I said, I know this is a good spot here. I've caught them and some good fish, but you got to put the baits where they need to be to catch them, and I hadn't been able to do that from over there in that one spot. Maybe this will work for us. Like I said, I don't have a lot of bait left, but I got enough that I would really like to give it a chance here. And this will work better too, and that way all my scent's going downstream instead of it all being lined up and, you know, just one scent trail. So we're gonna sit here and see. It's our last stop for sure. I think we're only gonna be able to use 3 rods here. The way the boat keeps moving around. And I don't want one, you know, to pick it up on a slack line and then swim all the way across the rest of my line. So we're just gonna put 3 out. And that way I can control a little more what's going on. If the wind will continue to blow, you know, like it has been until I got out here, the boat will sit fairly straight. You know, just using the wind to keep it straight and it not being consistent. It's just hard to do. But we're gonna do what we can do. I got them spaced out now where they won't get tangled. And hopefully if one does pick it up on a slack line, we'll know it before he gets across the rest of them. But 4 rods in here is just a little tight fishing like this. Go folks, I knew we picked up that bait rod, we'd get one. Yep, that ain't a bad fish right there either. Definitely ain't a channel cat. We in a different element out here with these. Out here in the middle. Yes, nice blue right there. He ain't no monster, but hey, he's what we're after. Well, at least we got us one more doing this. May be the last fish, or it may not be. But we're gonna sit here till we run out of bait or run out of patience. One of the two. Yeah, you a little big, me. Try to pick up by that line. But I am gonna grip you instead of getting you with that net. There we go. Another nice blue right there, folks. He's a sucker for the sucker. Caught both the bigger fish, the blues, on suckers. So that's something new. Something new to me. Got mud all over him, man. You see it right there all over his side. They stuck in the mud, man, which is, that's typical, you know, these kind of conditions. Well, buddy, I appreciate you. Sure do. I didn't know if we was gonna be able to get another one or not. Just about all of them that I've caught out of here have come out of treetops. Where these trees fell off this bluff over the years, and then when the creek floods, this trash comes down through here and you can see it gets hung up on the bank over there. So good place for a catfish to set up. And sometimes some big ones, you know, will set up in these creeks. But well, alrighty. I knew it would happen when I got my bait rod out, started trying to catch a skipjack. Would get bit, it never fails. But that's alright. We'll take it however we can get it. Alright, folks, we're finna wrap this one up, man. Had a fun morning out here chasing these old catfish around. Like I said, we got in some couple decent blues, you know, for a creek, and nothing big, you know, then some channel cats. But that's what we came in here for, man. Like I said, I didn't come in here targeting big fish. But, you know, like I said, I've been tickled to death if we caught a big one. But it is what it is. Like I said, it was a fun trip anyway, and that's what I want to do. Come in here, have a little fun, just kick back and relax, not have to work too hard, and see what we can do. Like I said, the conditions hurt them, man, as far as the muddy water. All this rain we got, it has affected the fish in here as far as the bite. Because the last time I was in here, the blues was stacked, and, you know, it bit pretty good. But, you know, it's just been a, you know, wishy-washy morning. You know, I checked several spots where I thought they would be fish, and this one spot right here is the only place I found any. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna get these up, get out of here, man. I'm gonna probably play around this creek a little bit, see if I can catch me a few skipjack. I'm seeing them jump everywhere, but I hadn't caught any. But we're gonna try that, see if we can get us a few bait for our next trip when we can come back out. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See you then, and God bless you.